Yeah.
Okay, so welcome. We are Black River, a studio sponsored by Samsung, and we're here to talk a little bit about how a newborn game studio turned into a well-oiled machine of developing great games. And we are located in a very hot place of the earth. Usually we have a lot of rain, not so much lately, probably because of the period of the year. And it's a very unusual place to find a game developing team. Sorry, where are my manners, right? So, hello, my name is Ariel. I'm the lead game developer for the games we're making. It's Tess and Jake Finding Monsters Adventure.
And hi, my name is Mamoru. I think it's easier if I written that on the presentation. But I'm one of the game designers of the team and actually one of the earliest members of the game studio. And we are from Black River Studios. We are a team sponsored by Samsung to create content for them. Because of that, we don't look for monetization. Our game is actually free. There are no ads, there are no in-app purchases. It's actually free. And we are actually looking to build value and create quality fun. We are here to create content, not money. And our team is from all around Brazil, and our directors are from USA and England.
So this is our team. It's around 40 people to 50. We're extremely united and extremely friendly. I would say friendliness is something characteristic from Brazil. And I think that goes a long way on doing great games. And this is where we're from. It's Amazon, it's Manaus, city in the middle of the jungle. I bet some of you guys might be disappointed because you're not going to be finding wild animals running around the city. As you can see, it's a very industrialized city, a very big city. And politics have been played there to help develop the city. So a lot of big companies are getting into this city to help develop it. But that's not to say we have our occasionally wild animals crossing the street. So this is an anaconda, cousin of the python. It decided to cross one of the main cities in Brazil, in Manaus, and decided to flee through the sewer system. So if you're ever playing a video game and you explore the sewers and you find a giant snake and you gotta fight it and loot it and you think that's unrealistic, maybe you're playing in Manaus City. So take that into account. Okay, so we have a lot of talking here and no showing. And I'm going to change that. So we prepared something special for you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed as much as we enjoyed developing this. So, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
So this is our game. I want to talk a little bit about this. Those are Tess and Jake. They are siblings. She's very smart. He's very playful. And they get sucked in a mysterious world made of patchwork and cloth. And they got to find out why exactly that happened and how to solve the mysteries of this. There are creatures that are living there. They are very friendly creatures. All of them have unique personalities, which they gotta find out, and they gotta discover them and take pictures of them, and that will lead you to unveil the mystery.
So, what you just saw is the result of the long journey of our team. But We didn't begin like this, actually. We had lots of problems in the way. This is how our game looked like at the beginning. It wasn't even about taking photographs. It's actually a puzzle games attached to exploration mechanics. It was really slow-paced and it was boring, really boring, actually. The problem with that is because at that time, we were seen as resources for Samsung. We were not doing what we were passionate for. We were doing their requests, what they were asking for us. And these are screenshots of the puzzle games at their prototypes. They were kind of fun, but they couldn't stand for themselves. But by the time, we were really dependent of the Samsung HQ, and we were kind of afraid of standing on our own. And we never negotiated and never tried to, reach a good point for both sides. We had the problem about our team size. Our team by that time, it was half the size it is right now. Although, if you think about the 15, 20 people in a team is actually a good number, for us, it always felt like everything was too much to handle. We had really poor communication. Everyone on the team was talented. Every single artist, every single game designer, every single engineer was really talented, but we didn't know how to work as a team. We were working our own. And because of that, we wasted a lot of time and a lot of work. And we had no organization. Every sprint, every team was prioritizing the tasks they thought would be better for them, but not taking in account what would be better for the project. And we ended up have lots of blocks in the way. We had later a team growth that was almost leading to the number we have right now, but we still had the poor communication, the unorganized team. What was missing actually? Our directors helped us to find that actually we had no vision. And by having no vision, I say our team was not making the same game. Everyone was making the game they were thinking it was the project, but everyone's making a different game.
Okay, so everything changed during this process. But what exactly happened that made this small-sized team start making great games? So first of all, I want to introduce you our directors. First, we have Andrew to your left. He's the head of the studio. Then we have Chris, he's our creative director. And last we have Jesse, he's our art director. And what they did have different from everybody was the higher vision of what was going on in the studio. The team didn't know exactly what they were making, and we need a direction to head towards the same way. And that's when we got the vision that we needed. We had an objective, everybody was working on the same game, and we found out that the puzzles didn't quite well work for us. So we had the exploration map, then we had the puzzles, and the puzzles lead to this. This was the part where you watch the behavior of the monster, and we find out that this was the part we were craving the most. We were trying to get there as fast as possible, and the puzzle games were getting in the way. The directors helped us see that, and we started working on this, prioritizing this. But we were still lacking organization. So our second phase here brings us to the producers. The production team is composed by Thais. She was the one responsible for handling the mobile. Then we have Alexandre. He was handling the art and music. And last, we have Ed. He was the one responsible for the VR version. So our team got from not being able to make a single project to being able to make a VR version of the same game. So this was the overview. I want to talk a little bit about my specific point of view in programming of how all of that went down. Mamoru is going to talk the same way for design. So let's see what happened. We had a workflow before everything was set in place. And all the engineers, they were working a lot, redoing work. The prototype had absolutely nothing to do with what you guys just saw here. We were redoing features. We were throwing work away. And if I can sum this up in a single word, that would be frustration. We would feel so much frustration from this. It got to the point where the programmers started to doubt the skill sets from the team members of other areas. And this is a very corrosive feeling, because once you get to think that way, you start working against each other. The workplace turns into a living hell, and it's not pleasure anymore to go there and do your best. So, Mamoru is going to talk a little bit here.
So on the game design team, we were suffering for a big lack of confidence. It happens in the way that we were having the features, having the ideas, and if someone said, oh, that idea doesn't sound that good, we would immediately change it, making everyone rework it. We were extremely reactive to everything, so we had no confidence to say, no, we believe in this feature. We're expecting others to take the decisions for us. That led everyone to do lots of changes every time. And I don't mean like changing prototypes. Sometimes the feature was implemented already, and we were making everyone change it. And because of that, we had lots of harsh criticism, but I can't blame no one besides the game design team. And what happened anyway? By the time the directors helped finding the vision for the game, the same directors helped the production to get organized, and the production organizing the team. We had the production working to make everyone trust each other we had the transparency, and being transparent made everyone to be more confident in everyone. We were trusting each other, we trusted each other's skills. We started working as a team actually, and then we had the team making the same game.
Okay, so once we started to get more transparent about how we feel towards each other, and everybody started to make the same game, that's a very important part here, something very amazing happened. We started to see a golden age on the engineering team. We would finish sprints way ahead of time. We would play the game, and the game was getting better and better. It was getting fun, actually. Graphics were getting better, performance were getting better, and this lit a fire inside the engineering. We started to get vicious and bloodthirsty, and Jira was our target. We were slashing task after task. We were started to make tools for people just because they had annoying workflows, and we want to see that gone. We would fix bugs as soon as we saw it, and everybody was getting extremely happy with engineering. It was a pleasure to work there.
And things on the game design team got better too. We had some pressure from everyone in the team, and we started being more confident. And by that time, when someone said, oh, that idea, that feature doesn't sound that good, we were like, calm down, trust us, everything will be good, everything will be fine. When you put everything together, you see that this is the feature the game needs. And because of that, slowly, the project was starting to move forward, and people were starting to trust the game design team again. And that led everyone to be happy because we were making up for our mistakes, and recognize that. And all the sprint planning, all the help of our directors, and all the help of our producers was really good. But one of the biggest things that happened to us was actually the sprint review. The sprint review is actually when, at the end of a sprint, we gather with our team and talk about the problems. Actually, people started talking about their personal problems in the sprint review. That doesn't really make sense. But actually, that was good because people started to be more transparent, and we started to trust each other more. And then we started trusting each other's skills. And before that, working there was kind of okay, because that's where I get my salary from. But, but after everything and started trusting each other and being like a real team, I can say that I'm really happy to work where I am right now. And I know that everyone on the team feels the same way.
We love each other. Okay, so something I want to add here is we almost had no crunch whatsoever during the whole project. This happened mainly because we started making production very stable, and the features were locked, and everybody was, engineering would think a lot about the features to implement it well and implement it once. And I mean, if we worked 5 Saturdays, that would be too much. We didn't even get close to that. And no extra time after our shift was over. So this is possible. I know this industry suffers a lot from this. Please check our game. You're going to see it's amazing. At least I think so. And it was done with no crunches, or at least a little. Okay, so everything was going so good right now. And I want to talk a little bit on how everything was after we set everything in place and everybody was so happy working there. Before that, I want to talk a little bit about the flow state. The flow state is a word coined by the professor Mihaly Csikszentmihalyi. There is Mihaly 2 times in his name. And it's when you are so immersed into an activity you are doing, your productivity goes at its peak. I want to give an example here. I bet a lot of people in this room have played Guitar Hero, and there is like this song you like very much, and it's kind of hard. You don't always get it 100%, but for some reason, this turn, it's amazing. You can just hit every note. It feels like you can tackle any song. And you feel so empowered. It's different. This time it's different. That would be the flow state. And I don't think the flow state is only achievable on personal level. I think you can achieve that on a group level as well. And I think that's exactly what happened to us when we were working like that. And to exemplify this a little bit, I want to talk about the tools we were making for everybody in the team, especially the AI tool that I want to let Mamoru talk more in depth because he and his team were the one using it.
Thank you, Ariel. So his team made this incredible AI tool. It helped us shape the monster's behavior. It was really good too, and it was easy to use actually. And after he sent us the tool, we started messing around and doing the stages. We later delivered a stage for them, and one of the engineers was playing, and he was like, "Wow, how are they making this without the tool we sent them?" I didn't know it was possible, and actually that was a really good surprise. I mean, at that time, our team was full of really good surprises. We were receiving lots of tools that we didn't know we need, and actually was making the work easier, and that's great. On the artist side, they were delivering great animations, VFX, sound, models, concepts, and that means everything just fit in the project. I can say that our team reached that group flow state, and everybody was working fully committed and working happily and enjoying the results, enjoying the work, and everybody was trusting each other. The project was finally walking at an incredible pace. I mean, this game had changed us. If you think about that, at the start of the project, some of the guys in the team have never worked with games before, and now they are delivering incredible things. And even the more experienced people have learned a lot in the game. We are a team. I can say that we are a team. And somehow we grew some affection for this title, and it changed not only the people inside the team, but the team itself. I told you all that before we were kind of seen as resource for Samsung, and now with the help of our directors, we are more like content creators for them. We show them what we are passionate for, we show what we want to make, and we prove them that our ideas have value and can build fun, can deliver good things. And we are committed to that. We are committed to deliver top fun and innovation every time.
And now that you guys know who Black River is, I'm going to ask for you to keep pushing us to deliver great content, to deliver better and better games, and not settle for little. If you're not having fun, criticize us. We need that.
And I know we didn't talk too much about the game, but as Ariel said before, showing is better than talking. So we have a booth here. Please make sure to go there. Some of you, I recognize you. You have played the game before. So please go by our booth, play our game. We have the VR version of the game. We have the mobile version of the game. We have a tablet version, but we didn't bring it. We have a Rococo experience we showed on Unite Amsterdam. So you can ask that for that too if you go there. Thank you very much. Please, we are giving away shirts, but you need to take a photo by our booth, post a tweet on Twitter with the hashtag #FindYourMonster, and we'll be drawing some names. We don't have that many shirts, but please.
Picture from here works as well. So if you take a picture right
yeah,
now
please.
and you use the hashtag, you're participating on
by
the
the way,
t-shirt.
everyone that played the game today, probably most of you have played just the first world. Tomorrow we will be unlocking the second world, so everyone can play it again, can actually see different monsters and have a different experience. So, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Follow us on Twitter, follow us on Facebook, follow me and Ariel. Thank you very much. Have a nice day. If anyone have some questions, we still have some time, actually.
Yeah. Q&A.
Yep.
Thank you. Okay, now anyone can go to the mic and ask questions. Nobody?
If no one wants it, it's okay.
Okay. All right, then we got one there.
Go play your game.
Hey guys, I think your game is beautiful. Could you get a little bit into the development, like of the initial designs of the monsters? It looked like there were some painterly sketches. Was that done digitally or traditionally? How many people designed the monsters? Was it a group thing? Was it an individual? That sort of thing.
Okay, for the monsters itself, we had our concept team. Was actually just a team of one person before, but we had the help of our art director. Picture of him, please. There we go.
Jesse,
the one with the VR headset. He directed the concept team and the art team to reach the result we have right now. We started, they were starting with hand-drawn sketches, but then they did like digital art, and that's something around that. I can't say too much about the art side because the game designer, we should have an artist here, but he was not able to come to Boston. So, but we can keep contact with you if you're interested in that matter. We can send, you can go by our booth and we'll talk more about that, or at least I can give you the contact of someone who could talk about that.
Yeah, one thing I want to add here is the game itself, it grew very organically. So the team was like growing, it was scheduled to grow, and we had a little organization, especially by people with much experience in the field. We were getting in the team. I was one of the latest programmers to get in the team. I got a little bit more experience on game developer, like 10 years or so. So because of that, the concept, it came to life in a very unorganized way, and it kept growing and growing as more people with more experience got in, and the vision started to get more solid. Yeah. We started cutting the things that were not working, and this is the end result. So our next game is going to be fully organized with pre-production, prototyping phase, and it's probably going to be a much more smooth ride than this was. This was a roller coaster.
I mean, the project was for about a year, and it was around the 6th month that we realized that the game should be about photographing monsters. So we spent like 6 months wasting work and wasting time. Yeah. So yeah, we really did a great job about the organization side.
I know a lot of people, at least in my experience, have a problem of working for someone that has a lot of money or sponsoring, and he asks a bunch of stuff that don't quite really work. If you guys want, you guys can ask us how this process goes, because we went from taking orders to developing content and giving the ideas to them and presenting and say, oh my God, this is so cool. Just keep doing what you're doing. Yeah. That's the stage a game studio should get to, because people who are making games, they are the one that plays a lot of games. They know how it should feel. They know the fun, and most of times there are people that don't really quite get it, and they're trying to help, but not really, you know. So please ask about that side too, if you guys want, and bring them in.
That's it.
All right.
Awkward
some
silence.
people. Okay.
Okay. Go there, go there.
People are
Go,
shy in the
go,
beginning, right?
Go.
Yeah, I would like to know about the relationship between you and Samsung, kind of as like the publisher. How did the relationship begin, and what was it kind of like moving forward when you got more independence?
So actually, the team started inside the Samsung. We have an R&D in Manaus, Amazonas. It's the CEDIA in Manaus. We started inside CEDIA, and now we are growing slowly, more independent. But we are still sponsored by Samsung. But about this matter, you can talk more about if Andre, he is at our booth. If you want it, you can go together with us when you're going back to our booth, and I'll present him.
Yeah. Well, what I can say is our team is very particular because in Brazil, in Manaus especially, there is a law in which companies can convert the tax they gotta pay to have a factory there and produce stuff into research and development inside the city. So we kind of exist under this law. So we're not allowed to make money from it. So Samsung always had a research facility, which is called CEDIA, which has a lot of people that does a bunch of stuff. And we were born inside that ecosystem. And we started to grow more and more. So that's our relationship between CEDIA and Samsung. CEDIA exists under that law and provides service to Samsung.
Yeah.
So each semester I work with between 30 and 40 student developers, but it's a much different format. It's usually teams of 5 or 6 people working on much smaller projects. But as a result, it's a lot more fragmented. People are kind of off doing their own thing as teams. Can you talk a little bit more about your review process and how you kind of talked more about your problems, how you made people feel more comfortable with that? I think it could be really helpful.
Okay,
Okay.
can I answer that?
Sure.
All right. So our sprint review works like that. Each time we set a set amount of time to work. Everybody works that time. It's a sprint. And after we finish that, each leader of each area gathers the people that from that area. So me, for example, I'm the lead engineering, so I gather the engineers. And the rule here is talk about anything you feel like talking about the past sprint. So was it good? Was it bad? What did you feel? Did you not like something that someone did? Are you like feeling too hot because of the weather? Anything counts here. And you separate that on good experience and bad experience, and we paste it on a wall. Later, the leaders collect that and gathers with other leaders, and we review what went bad mostly, because whenever something's going good, it's good, let's keep that way. But the bad stuff, we see what's happening really. So maybe like a bunch of people are all angry for no reason, and you see like the air conditioning is not working like right now. Maybe that's the problem. Try fixing that and see what happens on the next sprint. And each time something works, we look for other problems. And after like 3 or 4 sprint reviews, everybody's feeling so much better because everything's improved so much. And you see the morale raising like crazy. Everybody just was so happy to work there. And happy with each other. It was really amazing how this process of just saying what you're thinking and fixing it goes a long way. And the game, it shows on the game. Like everybody starts producing extra stuff just because they are feeling good. So I don't know how you would apply that on smaller teams. I would just I would make a sprint review where everybody participates in, but one, maybe you, are the one that doesn't talk there. You just listen, and you try to fix what's wrong there.
One example of that, how can I say that? We had once a sprint review that everybody, actually the engineering team and the artists were telling the game design team that wasn't communicating too much, because at the time we were already I think we are good, but we were changing features and sometimes we didn't tell them. They were telling us that the game design team is not communicating enough, and then we got this criticism about that. And the next sprint, we worked on communicating better. And every time we were changing something or having an idea, we were already talking to people on other teams. And at the end of this other sprint, people were like really happy, and they were telling us that, oh, game design team is communicating really good right now. So it's actually good when you're like you tell something that you worry about or complain about something, and you see it getting better. You see a solution. So yeah, I think that's what Ariel said. I don't know how much it would apply for a smaller team, but yeah, definitely work it. Talking is a great thing for everybody. Sometimes you just you're uncomfortable on work just because I don't know, air conditioner.
The principle is venting frustration and someone fixing it. Doesn't matter what you do, just make it better,
Yeah.
even if it's a little bit.
Yeah, but take your time. The whole process for us didn't work as magic. So we took some months to make everything being set up. So yeah, take your time.
We even got like problems of too many sprint reviews, so
Yeah.
we turned that down. So. Okay, we're up. All right,
Okay,
so
thank
thank
you very
so
much.
much for your presence.